So for the JRPG top casual list, if you're new to the segment, is me making a list that is very casual. I don't think about it too hard. I just think of a topic and I give you my list right away, and then I give you the reasons for my list. So this week, I thought it'd be fun to kind of staying in the Trails mood to give you my top Class 7 members. If you don't know what Class 7 is, in Trails of Cold Steel, the main character and his class is referred to as Class 7, and they have a bunch of members. I want to say like 10 plus, something like that. And so I thought I would pick my top 3. There's technically also a new Class 7 in the later Trails of Cold Steel games. I'm not including them. I don't think I like them as much as the original Class 7 anyways, but I'll be giving you my top 3, which is number 3 is Eustace, number 2 is Rain, and number 1 is Crow. Now, the way I chose this list is pretty much just like ability in terms of the one I just gravitated to, and also story-wise. There are other characters that I would probably prefer more when it comes to actual combat, like Laura, I love in combat, Gaius, I love in combat, and Eustace, Rain, and Crow, I love in combat too. But in terms of like just characters I like from a story standpoint and combat standpoint, it would be these 3. So firstly with Eustace, I'm not sure why, but I pretty much liked him right off the bat when I played Trails of Cold Steel. He was very interesting to me, and I feel like he was one of the first focuses in the story where like it was kind of mysterious like who he is. He's a noble, what's his deal. He's very connected to the story with his brother Rufus and kind of him being a noble and then like, you know, going on to becoming a duke and stuff like that. And so Eustace I thought was always interesting. I really liked his personality, and I just thought he was like a cool guy. And then also in the later games, not in Trails of Cold Steel, I don't really like fighting with them in Trails of Cold Steel, but at least in Trails of Reverie, he did become one of my main fighters. He was always pretty much in my team of 4, which it was usually Reen, Crow. I think it was like Reen, Crow, Lloyd, and Randy, but sometimes Eustace and Gaius. So it was kind of those 6 that would kind of interchange between the 6 and make teams of 4, but Eustace was always in the rotation, and so I really like his combat in Trails of Reverie, but yeah, just in general, I really like his character. I really like how close he becomes with Millium in the later games too. But yeah, Eustace, I just really ended up liking. Number 2 is Rain, self-explanatory. He's a protagonist. I really like him. He's a likable character. He's dope as hell too. He is always the strongest to use. I'm not sure if that's just a thing where he's always strongest, or maybe I just buff him up the most, but he's really fucking strong. I love using his S-Craft. I love that he uses Itachi. Like, it's just his sword style is really fucking cool. And just him as a character and his character arcs throughout the game are just very fucking cool, and I just really like who Reen is as a person, and especially his design with the white coat. I think it's probably one of my favorite designs in gaming, so I really like Reen from that standpoint. And my number 1 is Crow. Crow is just someone I liked immediately when I started playing Trails of Cold Steel. The fact that the way he meets Reen is scamming him out of 50 Mira. I don't have it on me right now, but I literally have the 50 Mira that is in the game, the collector's coin. And so I really like Crow's design. I was really fucking excited when later in the games he is actually officially added to Class 7, because originally he is not in Class 7, but after he's added into Class 7, which I really loved. And then, you know, I won't go into details, but his kind of turn in the story of how he kind of, you know, flips back and forth between good and bad and stuff like that. I just really like how his character keeps, you know, switching and like doing very interesting things. And I feel like from Class 7, he is probably one of the closest to Reen, especially because, you know, them being wielders of the Divine Knights is just, I just really love the relationship. And I really love his design. His design is dope as fuck too, especially when he's older with this kind of like, he has this kind of like khaki looking jacket and stuff like that. I think his design is dope. I really love fighting with them. I love that he's one of the rare characters that is like a dual weapon user. He uses pistols, but he also uses a spear, like this kind of dual bladed spear, which is very cool. And so everything about him I just think is very dope, and design wise, combat wise, character arc wise, he's just easily my favorite character in the Trail series. So number 3 is Eustace, number 2 is Rain, and number 1 is Crow.